Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your night to join me. I really appreciate that. And I do want to talk about more of nothing tonight, which is why I think movies at the movies still hit hard. You feel me? And here's the thing, publicly, I've always said that I like going to the movies. I think people that say they don't still go to the movies are obviously probably not lying, but it's their bad. You feel me? It's not like they were going to the movies 30 years ago anyway, which sort of like brings me, it's like kind of a weird thing because people that say they still don't go to the movies are people that never went to the movies. I rarely hear about people who used to frequent movies, as in like a plex, a brick and mortar building where you go sit down and watch a movie that's just been released, again, are just not accurate in that the people who went to them still go to them. And if you didn't go to them, you still don't go to them. So the cultural relevance of such to you and your circumstance is entirely contingent upon your perspective. And I've always gone to the movies, so I still go to the movies. Point in fact, that's just how it goes. And so I still think the movies hit hard. I basically grew up in a movie theater, and as I make content now 4 times a day as a middle aged, unemployed American man, I kind of see the impact that, film has had on me, in particular, just being around people who enjoyed watching funny movies, scary movies, but nonetheless, fantasy land. In fantasy world, I like content creating. I've always found something really cool about being imaginative and writing stories and trying to stay positive and, you know, choosing not to learn about some stuff because, like, what's the point when, I see the world's on fire. How it got to be on fire, I guess, is kind of important, but it's not as important as putting it out. You feel me? And as it translates to me in my inspiration from how I live my everyday, is based on the very simple fact that, I believe that we can create a better reality, a better world. And to get that kind of inspiration, you've got to be around positive and good vibing sort of discussions that sort of progress and move towards creation, towards thinking of new things. I know there was a philosopher who once said there's nothing new under the sun, and I don't want to believe that. I'm absolutely bent on just trying to create a universe that's not on fire. A universe that's welcoming and is accepting and inclusive. And I find all of these things at the movies. I truly do. It's really rare to find a grumpy or sad person at the movies. And if they are there, which I'm sure they are, too bad for them. The experience of going out with your friends, hanging out with somebody that you care about, and getting to see a movie on a big screen with no worries of neighbors, sort of complaining about noise or just the fact that it's not your crib and you can feel more at like ease to kind of just relax and let loose. Not to mention that, if you are a millennial and or older than us, the odds of you having your first sort of romantic encounter involving makeout most likely happened at a movie. You feel me? Movies are important, even if you don't watch them. They're a place to go, it's a place to be. As we enter a digital age, I dare say that these places are more important than ever for human beings to have an experience that's real. You know what I mean? That is as real as we can make it. We could all be living in a hologram. Who knows? But nonetheless, the kind of experience that that we can all speak of and or relate to as being conscious, sentient people, We have a lot of things in common, and again, one of them is the very beautiful thing that happens when you go to the movies. So if you're younger and happen to be watching this and, just don't want to go to the movies, you don't have to go to the movies to watch the movie. You go because you like to be with the people that you're with and you want to get out of the house, and uh, watching the loud movie, is kind of just a cherry on top. It's also one of the only places that we can socialize that has a rule which says we can't have our cell phones out, which I think then makes it tenfold more important for us all to experience because of its importance in its actual relation to relationship building. In that, it's seriously, I can't think of any other place that you go to and you can't use your cell phone. I'm sure they exist, but from social aspects, like on a larger level, the movies, your phone's not welcome. Everyone knows that, and it's agreed upon. It's cool. So for like 2.5 hours, or if you were there for the opening day of the really long Martin Scorsese film, a half a day, it's just sort of, you're free of any sort of electronic device that is going to hinder your experience. Whether that experience again is holding hands with the person that you brought, just sitting next to the person that came with you, or munching down on your popcorn as you're half asleep and not remembering anything at all about the actual plot and the fact that you're going to stream that regardless, maybe within the next month, but nonetheless, that experience and that time being out at brick and mortar in a movieplex was irreplaceable. It's priceless. And I think we can all agree that priceless things that we all hold value to ourselves from our own perspective are something that are way, way, way better than anything at all that can be purchased with money or any kind of thing like that. It just can't be measured. So some wealth, people prefer to have within their own individual self. And I think you could be a wealthy person if you socialize and if you choose to still go out to the movies. If we don't, they're not going to be there anymore. That's the other thing. And it's just one less place to not have an opportunity to create priceless memories. You know what I mean? I know, sounds kind of cheesy, but that's the way I feel about movies and movie theaters. So yeah, movie theaters, movies still go hard. Check out your local theater listings, seriously, and go check out a movie. There's even places that you can drink beer and eat hot wings while you're watching your movie. I've not been to this place or these places, but I know they exist and I hear they're fun. And I hope everyone has a really good night, okay? Have a safe and fun Thursday. Get ready for your weekend. And, oh yeah, the Y Files is streaming tonight. And there's a new John Oliver episode up. So I'm going to have some fun. Hopefully, this girl Callie calls me and see what my roommate's got going on. I think we're going to smoke a fat one right now. I hope you guys have a great night, okay? Bye.